Uh, Sorry. Hey, y'all, it's DDS. I'm here at Pasty. We have Alterium Shift right here. And you just introduce yourself and tell me what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Jacob. I am the lead designer of Alterium Shift. So anything pretty you see in the game, that's basically me putting all the graphics together and all that. My co-developer is Jeff. He does the programming in the background.
Okay, cool. And how did you guys come up with Alterium Shift? Like, what was the genius or the idea behind it?
So basically, we saw Octopath Traveller and it kind of inspired me to start making games that were similar to Octopath Traveller. But there were things about Octopath Traveller that I wanted to change myself. So I decided to start making my own project. I kept the camera closer to the character to really emphasize the pixel art. So when I came up with this idea for Alterium Shift, it was just a prototype. And I showed my friend Jeff and he was like, dude, we got to make something. And so we decided to just start developing this project as kind of an homage to SNES classic games and just to get a feel out to see if people would like it.
Okay. And you said you drew inspiration from Octopath Traveler, but you wanted to change things. What are some of the things you wanted to change?
So mostly it was the visual perspective. Octopath Traveler is really cool and we love that game. We never want to speak bad about it. But for us, the perspective was too wide. It didn't focus as much on the pixel art as we would have liked because we're retro gamers. We really love the retro projects and pixel art. So that's what we wanted to focus on. We wanted people to see that this was a pixel art game first, and 3D was really more of a touch to add depth to the game itself. And the first thing you see is just, the 2D art.
Okay. And let me ask you, is this a turn-based game or real-time?
Right, so it is similar to Octopath in that way, that we have a turn-based battle system with a turn order display. Your action is taken based off of your agility, and that's how the turn order is determined for each action taken.
Okay, and what are some difficulties that you guys had coming up with the game? I don't know if it came up during pandemic or after pandemic.
Right.
What are those difficulties?
It's really funny because it was right before the pandemic. So like in 2019, I started playing Octopath Traveler, and that's when I got the idea to start making this game. And so I came up with the prototype towards the end of 2019, and that's when we started developing the game. So it was right before the pandemic, and I started having a lot of extra time once the pandemic started because my job, we were stay at home. So I did a lot of work just kind of coming up with ideas, and around April of 2020, that's when we released our first just prototype demo for people to try.
Okay. And what was the feedback on that prototype? Did people love it? Did they go like, oh, what is this?
Our number one thing was that people just loved the graphics. They loved how the game looked. We were very, humbled by all the support we got. We started posting pictures on Twitter and just got a lot of feedback from them just saying, hey, this visual style is really cool. What's this game about? So I would say that's the number one, draw-in factor is just how the game looks.
Is this the first project that you served as lead designer for?
So when it comes to projects, I've always made like RPG Maker projects as like a hobby. So I would lead design my own projects, that kind of deal. But as far as like any group project or anything like that, this is my first step into like the indie development scene officially. I've always done game development for fun. This is kind of now my job, right? So yeah, this is my first big project.
How was the transition like going from hobby to professional?
It was a little strange because I never expected it, right? So when we made the prototype for the game, all the good press that we got on it was really surprising to us, but also, we just took off with it. We decided to reach out to different publishers and stuff like that. We got contacted ourselves, and we decided to go with Gravity Indie Games, who basically enabled us to continue working on the project, and that allowed me to go full-time on the project as well.
And final question for myself, what is your advice to anyone that is looking to be in the gaming industry as a designer?
Well, that's a loaded question because, it's going to be different per person. Your experiences are going to be your own. Never be afraid to put your project out there. That's always been my main thing is like when I'm designing a game, I always put it on a forum or on Twitter or something like that just to give feedback. I didn't care if the feedback was good or bad. I just wanted to learn to be a better developer.
Alterium Shift, is it out yet, or?
So currently right now on Steam, we have a demo available. We released that demo around January of this year. It was basically a rebuild. You know, after we got our publisher, it was a rebuild of our old prototype just to make it better from all the feedback that we received. And so now that demo is out, we're looking to do a early access launch, hopefully in the next couple months. And then finally, you know, if as far as full release goes, we're shooting for the end of the year, but we'll see how it goes. You know, things can change.
Okay, and will it just be on Steam, or will it come to consoles as well?
Right, so we've already actually announced that it will be coming to Switch. We do have a Switch build we're working on. That's something we want to launch with the Steam version, so those will come out at the same time. But again, that's another thing that we got hurdles to go through as far as that goes. We also want to localize the game to different languages as well. And then, of course, the other consoles we're looking at too, so.
Okay, and I definitely want to ask this. You came up with the idea, got the prototype, now you have the demo out. How is it seeing people at Pastiche actually get their hands on the game, play it? Like, how does that make you feel, and how are you enjoying that?
It's crazy. I mean, it's one thing to receive feedback on something online. It's not real time, right? It's seeing somebody just play your game, play your baby, is something totally entirely different. I couldn't be more excited. I love meeting everybody that comes by. There's so many people, so many different backgrounds. It's good to see, but the one thing that they have in common is a lot of times they love these retro games. And so we're humbled by it. The reactions, the lifetime feedback, it's amazing.
Okay. And so now people got their hands on it, they're able to play it. So what's next for you and your team?
Well, yeah, like I said, early access is in a couple months. Right now, we're in QA for that process right now. Once we get closer to launch, we'll be announcing a lot more about the game and the story and the plot and stuff like that, just to get a little bit more hype behind it.
Okay, cool. Well, do you have anything else you want to tell the audience?
Check us out. You know, we are on socials. We're on Twitter, Mastodon, anywhere that you can find us. We have a Discord. We'd love to talk to people who want to know any information about the game, or even just meet us in general, because we love talking about video games. We grew up on these games, and that common thread is always fun to talk about.
Awesome. Well, that's it, y'all. Alterium. I keep saying it wrong. Alterium Shift is coming out in early access very soon. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll be back with more very, very soon.
Thank you.